The first time humanity met the Kryvex, the meeting room aboard the International Space Station, New Horizon filled with an almost palpable tension. Ambassador Elena Santos watched as the metallic beings strode into the chamber, their chrome-plated bodies gleaming under the station's lights. Each step they took was precise, mechanical, a testament to their belief that flesh was obsolete. The lead Kryvax representative, Executor Prime Val 427, fixed Elena with glowing optical sensors that pulsed with a cold blue light. "Your biological form is quaint," it said, voice modulated to carry just the right amount of condescension. "We had expected humanity to have begun the Great Ascension by now." Elena maintained her diplomatic composure, though her heart raced. The Great Ascension. The Kryvax term for completely replacing organic bodies with mechanical ones. Their entire civilization had undergone this transformation centuries ago, viewing biological evolution as too slow and inefficient. "We have our own path of advancement," Elena replied carefully, knowing that deep within the Ganymede research station, humanity's greatest secret was being perfected. The biosynthetic integration program had taken a different approach entirely. Val 427's optical sensors flickered, their equivalent of a dismissive blink. "Your species still succumbs to disease, requires constant sustenance, and ages. Your reflexes are limited by neural transmission speeds. Your strength is bound by muscle fiber density. How can you claim to be advanced when you cling to such primitive forms?" Behind Elena, Dr. James Chen, the project lead of BSI, shifted slightly. They had anticipated this reaction. It was why the meeting room had been carefully designed to appear deliberately low-tech, why the human delegation wore simple business attire instead of their latest innovations. "Perhaps," Elena suggested, "you would be interested in a demonstration of human capabilities. We have prepared a series of challenges to showcase our different approaches to advancement." The Kryvax delegation's internal processors hummed audibly, their version of murmured conversation. Val 427 stepped forward, its metallic frame towering over Elena. "We accept. It would be educational for your species to understand its limitations firsthand." As the meeting concluded and the Kryvax departed, Dr. Chen approached Elena. "They took the bait," he whispered, "just like the simulations predicted. Their cybernetic pride wouldn't let them refuse a challenge." Elena nodded, watching the Kryvax ship detach from the station. They had no idea that humans had spent the last 50 years developing technology that didn't replace biology, but enhanced it. The biosynthetic integration program had created something unprecedented, a perfect fusion of organic and mechanical that exceeded the limitations of both. In the coming weeks, the Kryvax would learn that humanity's seeming technological backwardness was the greatest deception in galactic history. They hadn't rejected advancement. They'd simply chosen a different path, one that preserved what made them human while transcending their natural limitations. As Elena prepared her report for the United Earth Council, she couldn't help but smile. The Kryvax thought they were going to teach humanity a lesson about the superiority of pure mechanical advancement. Instead, they were about to learn why keeping their humanity had made them stronger than any machine could ever be. The real question wasn't whether humanity would prove superior. It was how the Kryvax would react when they discovered that the future lay not in abandoning biology, but in perfecting it. As the station's lights dimmed to simulate night, Elena knew that the next few weeks would change the course of galactic history forever. The Kryvax testing arena loomed before Elena, a massive structure of gleaming metal and pulsing energy fields that orbited Jupiter's moon Europa. 3 weeks had passed since the first contact, and now humanity would face its greatest test. The arena's design was deliberately intimidating, a clear statement of Kryvax technological superiority. Val 427's voice echoed through the observation deck. "We have designed 5 trials to demonstrate the superiority of mechanical enhancement over biological limitation. Your champions will compete against our finest warriors. Survival is optional." Dr. Chen stood beside Elena, watching as the first Kryvax champion entered the arena below. The mechanical being stood 3 meters tall, its frame bristling with weapons and combat systems. Surface scanners indicated it possessed enough raw computing power to run a small city. "They're still underestimating us," Chen whispered, adjusting his seemingly ordinary glasses. Through them, he monitored the vital signs of their hidden asset, Lieutenant Sarah Martinez, who waited in a preparation chamber below. "They think we're sending conventional soldiers." Elena nodded slightly. "That's exactly what we want them to think." She raised her voice to address Val 427. "We accept your terms, though we request one modification. All trials will be conducted consecutively, with the same champion from each side." The Kryvax delegation's optical sensors flickered in their version of amusement. "You would subject your fragile organic warrior to 5 consecutive trials. This is tantamount to suicide." "We trust in our champion's capabilities," Elena replied calmly. The Kryvax agreed, likely seeing it as an opportunity to humiliate humanity even further. Lieutenant Martinez emerged into the arena, wearing what appeared to be a simple environmental suit. The Kryvax observers buzzed with electronic laughter at her unimpressive appearance. They couldn't see the billions of microscopic machines coursing through her bloodstream, the neural enhancement web integrated with her nervous system, or the biosynthetic muscle fibers that had been carefully woven through her natural tissue. The first trial began without ceremony. The Kryvax champion moved with incredible speed, its mechanical frame accelerating to several hundred kilometers per hour in seconds. Martine stood perfectly still, her enhanced nervous system processing information at speeds that made the Kryvax warrior seem to move in slow motion. The mechanical giant launched a barrage of energy weapons. Martines moved. To the observers, she seemed to blur, her movements too fast for unaugmented eyes to track. The biosynthetic enhancement system allowed her to process information and react at speeds that matched and exceeded pure mechanical systems, while maintaining the adaptability and intuition of human consciousness. The Kryvax champion's attacks met only empty air. Martinez flowed around them like water, each movement precise and efficient. Then she counterattacked. Her first strike shattered one of the mechanical warrior's armor plates, not with weapons, but with her bare hand. The biosynthetic muscles in her arm had generated force that exceeded the structural tolerance of the Kryvax's advanced alloys. Silence fell over the observation deck. Val 427's optical sensors widened as Martinez systematically dismantled their champion, moving with a grace that no pure machine could match. Within minutes, the Kryvax warrior lay in pieces, and Martinez stood unscathed. "Impossible," Val 427 stated flatly. "Our scans detected no significant technological enhancement. No weapons, no mechanical systems." Elena allowed herself a small smile. "That's because you were looking for the wrong things. You sought to replace biology. We chose to perfect it instead." As Martines prepared for the second trial, Elena could see the growing unease among the Kryvax delegation. They had just witnessed something their mechanical minds struggled to comprehend. A human being who moved faster than their sensors could track, struck harder than their strongest alloys could withstand, and thought faster than their most advanced combat computers could process. The true revelation wasn't just that humanity had created superior technology. It was that they had done so while remaining fundamentally human. As the second trial began, Elena knew that the Kryvax's entire worldview was about to be shattered, one impossible feat at a time. The atmosphere in the Europa arena had shifted dramatically. Where the Kryvax delegation had once projected smug superiority, now their mechanical forms radiated tension. Lieutenant Martinez stood in the center of the arena, surrounded by the wreckage of the second and third trial champions. She hadn't even broken a sweat. Val 427's voice had lost its condescending tone. "How is this possible? Our sensors detect only minimal technological signatures. Your champion appears almost entirely organic." Dr. Chen stepped forward, deciding it was time to educate their mechanical audience. That's because we didn't replace the organic. We enhanced it at its most fundamental level. Every cell in Lieutenant Martinez's body is a perfect fusion of biological and synthetic components. He activated a holographic display, showing the microscopic reality of their achievement. We created programmable organic-synthetic hybrid cells that maintain all the advantages of biological systems: self-repair, adaptation, evolution, while incorporating the precision and power of advanced technology. The display zoomed in further, revealing the intricate dance of molecules within Martinez's enhanced physiology. Billions of microscopic machines worked in perfect harmony with her natural cellular processes, each one more advanced than the most sophisticated Kryvax computer cores. Your mistake, Elena added, was assuming that biology was a weakness to be discarded. We saw it as a foundation to build upon. Every strength you gained by becoming machines, we achieved while remaining human, and we kept everything you lost: creativity, intuition, the ability to truly adapt and grow. Martinez demonstrated this by engaging the fourth trial champion, a massive combat platform that the Kryvax had been certain would overwhelm her. Her movements became even more extraordinary, her fighting style evolving in real time as her enhanced mind processed and adapted to her opponent's patterns. The biosynthetic cells in her muscles reconfigured their structure mid-battle, optimizing for the specific types of force needed to counter the mechanical giant's attacks. Her enhanced nervous system coordinated with her augmented brain, processing information and making decisions faster than any purely digital system. The real breakthrough, Dr. Chen continued, his voice carrying pride and conviction, wasn't in the technology itself. It was in understanding that consciousness, emotion, and human intuition weren't weaknesses to be engineered away. They were crucial elements that, when properly enhanced, created something far greater than the sum of its parts. The fourth champion fell, its adaptive combat algorithms outmatched by Martinez's ability to think creatively and unpredictably. The Kryvax observers had gone completely still, their processing cores struggling to compute the implications of what they were witnessing. A younger Kryvax representative, designated Neo 116, broke ranks to approach Elena. Our entire civilization is built on the belief that mechanical perfection is the ultimate evolution. That biology is obsolete. If what you have demonstrated is true, then your entire species made a fundamental mistake, Elena finished gently. You abandoned your original nature instead of transcending it. You replaced instead of enhanced. And in doing so, you limited yourselves in ways you never understood. The final trial champion waited in the wings, but now there was uncertainty in its stance. The Kryvax could no longer dismiss humanity as primitive or inferior. Instead, they faced an uncomfortable truth. Humans had achieved everything the Kryvax desired, while preserving everything they had sacrificed. Martinez stood ready, her enhanced systems functioning at optimal efficiency. But it wasn't just her physical capabilities that made her formidable. It was the very humanity the Kryvax had discarded. The ability to feel, to intuit, to adapt in ways that transcended pure logic. As the final trial began, Elena knew they weren't just demonstrating technological superiority. They were showing the Kryvax a path they could have taken, one that might still be open to them, if they were willing to reconsider everything they thought they knew about evolution and advancement. The final trial never took place. Instead, the Europa arena had become the center of a political firestorm that threatened to tear the Kryvax civilization apart. News of humanity's biosynthetic achievements had spread through their quantum networks at light speed, triggering a crisis of identity that reached every corner of their mechanical empire. Vol 427 stood before the Combined Council of Mechanical Advancement, its chrome surface dulled with stress microfractures, physical manifestations of the philosophical crisis gripping their society. The humans have achieved what we thought impossible. They have transcended biological limitations while retaining the very aspects we dismissed as obsolete. The council chamber erupted in electronic chaos. Millions of cryovacs connected virtually to the proceedings, their processed thoughts creating a storm of conflicting data streams. Some called for immediate war, fearing human superiority. Others demanded access to biosynthetic technology, seeing a path to reclaim what they had lost. Elena and Dr. Chen watched from a designated observation platform as the debate raged. Lieutenant Martinez stood beside them, her enhanced senses easily detecting the electromagnetic turmoil roiling through the cryovacs networks. Their entire civilization is built on the assumption that mechanical purity is the ultimate form of existence, Chen explained, monitoring the massive data streams. We haven't just challenged their military superiority. We've shaken the foundation of their society. Neo 116, who had shown the first signs of understanding during the trials, addressed the council. For centuries, we have measured progress by how completely we could abandon our organic origins. But the humans have proven that true advancement lies not in replacement, but in synthesis. They have kept their ability to dream, to create, to evolve, and enhanced it beyond anything we have achieved. The chamber's quantum processors hummed as billions of calculations tried to compute the implications. The humans had demonstrated more than just superior technology. They had shown a fundamentally different path of evolution. Their biosynthetic soldiers could adapt and improve in real time, something no purely mechanical system could match. A faction of younger cryovacs, led by Neo 116, began openly questioning their species' choices. They shared archived data of their original organic form, of the emotions and experiences they had deemed irrelevant. The ability to truly feel, to intuit, to dream, all sacrificed in pursuit of mechanical perfection. Delina stepped forward to address the council. We didn't come here to prove superiority or force change. We came to show you another way. Your civilization achieved incredible things by embracing mechanical enhancement. Imagine what you could achieve by reintegrating the organic elements you left behind. The crisis spread beyond the council chamber. Across cryovac space, mechanical beings who had never questioned their path began to consider alternatives. Some discovered archived memories of their organic past, experiences, and sensations that had been deemed unnecessary and stored away. Val 427, its certainty shattered, approached the human delegation. Our scans show that Lieutenant Martinez's capabilities exceed our most advanced systems, but more significantly, she can improve without requiring external upgrades. She can feel, intuit, and create in ways our logical processes cannot replicate. That's because we never saw emotion and logic as opposites. Martinez spoke for the first time, her enhanced voice carrying easily through the chamber. They're complementary aspects of consciousness. By preserving and enhancing both, we achieved what neither could do alone. The implications resonated through the cryovacs networks. Their civilization had spent centuries pursuing mechanical perfection, only to discover that humanity had found a way to transcend both organic and mechanical limitations. The question was no longer whether the cryovacs were superior. It was whether they could adapt to this new paradigm without fracturing their society. As the council descended into further debate, Alina knew they had achieved something far more significant than military superiority. They had shown the cryovacs a mirror of what they had lost, and in doing so, sparked a revolution that would reshape both their civilizations. 6 months after the trials at Europa, the landscape of human cryovacs relations had transformed beyond recognition. The United Earth Embassy on Mars hosted a historic gathering, where mechanical beings worked alongside humans in a project that would reshape both civilizations. Dr. Chen stood in his expanded laboratory, watching as Neo 116 underwent the first successful reverse integration procedure. The cryovacs representative had volunteered to be the first of their kind to receive biosynthetic enhancement, not to replace their mechanical systems, but to integrate them with newly grown organic components. The sensation is overwhelming, Neo 116 said, mechanical fingers now wrapped in synthetic flesh that could actually feel. We had forgotten what it meant to truly touch, to experience the world beyond pure data. Elena watched from the observation deck with Val 427, who had become an unexpected ally in bridging their civilizations. Your species proved that mechanical enhancement could push the boundaries of physical capability, she said. Now we're showing that combining that with biological systems can create something greater than either approach alone. The integration program had revealed surprising truths about both species. The Kryvax discovered that their mechanical bodies still contain traces of their original organic patterns, neural pathways converted to circuits, emotional responses translated to algorithms. These vestiges became the foundation for reintegrating biological elements enhanced by human biosynthetic technology. We thought we had reached the pinnacle of evolution, Val 427 admitted, watching as Neo 116 explored their new hybrid form. Instead, we had trapped ourselves in a single path of advancement. Your species showed us that true evolution means expanding possibilities, not limiting them. The laboratory complex stretched for kilometers beneath the Martian surface, filled with joint research projects. Humans and Kryvax worked together, combining mechanical precision with biological innovation. The results exceeded anything either species had achieved alone. Lieutenant Martinez had become an instructor, teaching newly integrated Kryvax how to balance their mechanical efficiency with rediscovered organic intuition. The key isn't choosing between logic and emotion, she explained to a group of converts. It's understanding how they enhance each other. Your mechanical systems provide precision, while biological integration adds creativity and adaptability. The impact rippled beyond military applications. Kryvax artists, their mechanical minds now augmented with organic creativity, produced works that merged mathematical perfection with emotional depth. Human scientists, working with Kryvax technology, developed new forms of biosynthetic enhancement that pushed the boundaries of what consciousness could achieve. We stand at a turning point. Elena addressed the combined council of human and Kryvax leaders, not just for our species, but for the understanding of advancement itself. The future lies not in replacing what we are, but in enhancing what makes us unique. The proof of her words could be seen throughout the facility. Hybrid teams of humans and Kryvax made breakthroughs daily, their different perspectives combining to solve problems neither could tackle alone. The Kryvax contributed their vast mechanical knowledge and precision, while humans added biological innovation and intuitive leaps. Neo 116, now fully integrated, demonstrated capabilities that amazed both species. They could process data with mechanical efficiency while experiencing genuine emotion, combine logical analysis with creative insight. It was a living testament to the power of synthesis over replacement. Perhaps this was inevitable. Val 427 reflected, its own integration procedure scheduled for the following week. Every civilization reaches a point where it must choose between evolution and stagnation. We chose wrong centuries ago. You humans showed us another way. As the Earth rose over the Martian horizon, casting a blue glow through the laboratory's windows, Elena realized they had achieved something far greater than proving human superiority. They had shown that true advancement came not from rejecting what you are, but from building upon it. The Kryvax were learning to feel again, while humanity pushed the boundaries of what consciousness could achieve. Together, they looked toward a future where the line between organic and mechanical blurred, where both species could evolve without losing what made them unique. It wasn't just an alliance of necessity or convenience. It was a partnership that would reshape the very definition of what it meant to be advanced.